Hello, beautiful friends. It's Marnie. Welcome back to Life is Delicious, the podcast where we explore simple, joyful ways to reduce stress, embrace midlife, and create more joy in every day. For the past 2 summers, I have spent quite a lot of time in Kelowna, where my parents reside, and I work for myself, so it's really great. I can be a bit mobile, and I've been able to go out in Mother's Day and help my mom plant her flowers. And then I get to be a bit of an assistance as they are aging, and there's been some mobility issues. And last summer, we actually relocated them to an assisted living complex and sold their house. So I've had a lot of time with them over the past 2 summers. But today's episode is a little bit more close to my heart. For those of you that don't know, I lost my sweet mama in January of this year, and it's incredible how those moments can really put not only our mortality into view, but our vitality as well, as we realize that we just can't afford to take anything for granted anymore, because we're just not promised tomorrow. Sorry. I don't say that to be morbid or to be a Debbie Downer at all, but what I wanted to express is that when you really look at your life, how many summers do you actually think you have left? Now it's June, and it's the perfect time to have a look at this question, because it's so easy for us to postpone joy. And I know for me, I have a summer bucket list, and there's some things that I have been putting off that when I actually thought about that for a minute, I thought, wow, that's really intense to think that you only have so many summers left, and that you actually probably have less really good summers than you think. So time is of the essence. That might sound a little bit heavy at first, but this is really more about a celebration, a wake-up call, a love letter to time and to summer, and to this incredible chapter of life that we're in, because we are curators of our own contentment, of our own happiness, and time waits for no one. So if you're interested in some ideas on how to take back your summer, then stick around, because you're not going to want to miss this. Welcome to this episode of Life is Delicious. I'm Marnie Martin, and I'm so glad you're here. And if this is your first time here, welcome to the Life is Delicious family. This podcast isn't about surviving midlife. It's about crafting your next chapter life, overflowing with purpose, joy, and delicious possibilities. Listen, midlife doesn't have to be a crisis. It can be a beautiful invitation to remember who we are, to rediscover a new version of ourselves, or to completely reinvent our life to reflect who we are becoming now. So if you're tired of being exhausted, living life on autopilot, and putting everyone else first, then you are in the right place. Each week, we'll bring you thought-provoking ideas and practical strategies, as well as inspiration to help you prioritize yourself again. It's time to take back your joie de vivre. So grab a notebook and pen and pop in those earbuds, and let's go get it. I don't know about you, but for me and a lot of my friends, I notice that we are all just a little more sober curious than we used to be. And if you haven't met me, I am a true wine lover, and I still love to drink wine. But as we get older, our bodies just don't metabolize alcohol as effectively as they used to. And for me, I'm really trying to be a bit more mindful of what I'm putting in my body. So I recently discovered Kensho cocktails. They are delicious, premium, non-alcoholic, and ready-to-drink cocktails that are crafted by the RSRV Collective. And I love that the meaning of Kensho is self-discovery in Japanese. And it really reflects the brand's dedication to crafting cocktails with the nuance of traditional mixology while remaining gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, low in calories, and free of alcohol. Kensho cocktails were recognized by BevNet as one of the best 2023 non-alcoholic beverages. They're crafted with premium botanicals, natural citrus and spices, And each cocktail offers a distinct and sophisticated experience. Botanica is inspired by gin and tonic, Orana mimics the best of an old-fashioned, and Amari channels an Italian aperitif. These ready-to-drink beverages can be found at www.rsrvcollective.com, and my listeners get an exclusive 30% discount. Be sure to use my special link, Delicious2025, to get 30% off your purchase. Kensho cocktails are a fun way to enjoy responsibly with sophistication and great taste. That's www.rsrvcollective.com with the discount code Delicious2025. Okay, let's start with the math. If you are in your 50s or 60s, statistically speaking, you might have 25, 30, maybe even 35 summers left on this beautiful planet. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to inspire you, because when we name the number, time suddenly feels pretty real, and real is powerful. How many summers have you let slip by, lost in to-do lists, people-pleasing, overworking, or waiting for someday? How many years have you told yourself, maybe next year I'll take that trip, or maybe next summer I'll finally get to have that fun I keep dreaming of? Well, you know what? There is no time like the present, and this is your summer. Do you remember when the last best summer you ever had was? I know for me, it's been a few years, and I don't know about you, but I remember when just being able to run through the sprinkler and pick peas out of the garden made it a great day. I guess things are a little more complicated now, but they don't have to be. Let's pause for a moment and ask, what does a delicious summer look like for you? Is it spontaneous road trips and roadside ice cream stands? Is it mornings in your garden with your heart wide open, the sun on your face, and your hands in the dirt? Is it dancing barefoot at a concert in the park under the stars? Or maybe it's something quieter, a lawn chair on the sand, your toes in the water, and a good book in your lap. Whatever your summer dream is, I want you to claim it. Because summer isn't about doing more, it's about being more present, more open, more you. Here's the thing I love most about midlife. We finally know what matters. We've lived enough to understand that time is precious. But we also still have so much time left to explore, to reinvent, and to play. This is the season when we finally stop living for others and we start to live for ourselves on purpose, out loud, and without apology. Here are a few gentle but powerful ways to embrace the summers that you have left. Number 1, make yourself a summer bucket list. This can be really fun, and there are so many things that you can do that don't even have to cost a penny. So your summer bucket list is not a to-do list. Instead, create a to-feel list. How do you want to feel by September? Maybe you want to take a pickleball class or learn how to paddleboard. Maybe you want to try a cold plunge. Maybe it's an art class for you or learning a new language. Here where I live, there are a whole bunch of small waterfalls all over the island, and I decided that this is my summer to go and find them. Every weekend, I'm going to take a road trip to someplace different and make it my mission to check out all 5 or 6 of them. I know the other day I was actually walking down my driveway taking out my garbage, and I looked back in my yard and I saw my fire pit with my 4 chairs around it. And it was Friday morning about 8 o'clock or something like that. And it just struck me. I thought, oh my gosh, I never get to go camping anymore. But I have a fire pit in my backyard. So why don't I just pretend I'm camping and go in the house and make myself a cup of coffee and go sit out and have a fire in the backyard? So I did that, and it was awesome. Honestly, I'm going to do it way more often, but there's so many things like that that we attach to camping, or I only do that when I'm on vacation. And it doesn't have to be that way because this is your life and you get to write the rules and you get to do it however you want. Number 2, say yes to one thing you've always wanted to do, even if it feels silly, especially if it feels silly. Give yourself permission to get out of your comfort zone and live a little. Make sure you put it on your calendar, schedule it, and commit to it because you deserve it. Number 3, let go of one thing that's weighing you down, whether it's clutter, a commitment, or a belief. Let it go and open yourself up to bringing in more joy. Number 4, be a tourist in your own town. When is the last time you walked down the street in your hometown and really went into the shops and met the people and saw what actually surrounds you every single day? How many times do we drive past everything great that people come from miles around to enjoy in our city when they're on vacation that we never even take advantage of? Back when I was 18, I moved to Los Angeles to study voice. And I remember I was working at this little cafe called Mimi's Cafe. And it was about 15 minutes from Disneyland. And I remember saying to all the people that worked with me there, I would say, oh my God, you guys must go to Disneyland all the time. And you know what? Almost every single one of them said, I haven't been to Disneyland in like 20 years. I don't even think about it, actually. And I was just appalled. I was like, what? And it's always that way with us, right? If something is right down the street and we can go anytime we want, most often we never go. And it's crazy. So, and even last year, I remember we have this beautiful pier that goes out over the ocean and tourists come from miles around. You can fish right off the dock and there's a beautiful ice cream stand there and they do fish and chips and stuff. And last summer I went for a walk down there and I stopped and got myself a nice big ice cream cone and I just hung out and took in the vibe. And I was like, why on earth do I only come here like once a year? Or when I have company in town? It's crazy. It's such a beautiful place to be, and it's so fun to watch all the families on vacation with their kids. And if you get really lucky, every once in a while, a pod of orcas will go by. So that has become something I put on my summer bucket list and on my regular list, to feel list, because it's so much fun to go, and I don't want to wait for joy anymore. So here's my invitation for you. Don't wait for the perfect summer. This year, live your summer bucket list, lean into joy, and make this one of the best summers you've had in a really long time. And don't forget, every summer from here on out can be better than the last. But it's our job to claim it, to create it, and to go and make it happen. Having 30 summers left is not a countdown. Let's use it like a treasure map and live each summer like it matters. Let's fill our days with meaning, our evenings with wonder, and our lives with stories and memories that we're proud to share. I hope you have an amazing week, and I can't wait to hear about all the fun adventures you go on. Make sure you leave me a comment so I know what you've been up to. I hope you loved today's episode. I hope it inspired you or motivated you in some way to keep going and create your very best life. If you did, would you stop and take 5 minutes to leave me a review on Apple Podcasts? It's the best way for me to know that you're enjoying the show, and it helps other listeners find us as well. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so that when new episodes drop, they'll be queued up and ready for you. And if no one has told you today, there's not one person on this planet that is exactly like you. And the world is a better place because you're here. So thank you for being here. I'll be back next week, and I hope you'll join me right here on Life is Delicious.